Joining me now, we have Valeria Ocaña. She is going to be talking about innovative transformation, how Goodwill's tech-infused learning spurred culture evolution. So let's welcome her to the ELBX Online stage, and I will let you take over.
Thank you, Stephanie. Good morning, everyone. Give me a second as I share my screen. Alrighty, we should all be able to see my screen now. Let me know if we're not. I am very pleased to be with you today. Thank you for the thumbs up. Welcome to my session. I'm truly honored to be speaking to you today and sharing a story about innovative transformation, a story that I've been lucky enough to be a part of for the past couple of years. My name is Valeria Ocaña. I am the Manager of Learning Technology and Innovation at Goodwill Industries International, and I work directly for the Analytics and Technology Department, where we focus primarily on supporting technical solutions and services for the Goodwill network. Today, I want to share with you a story of innovative transformation and how Goodwill's tech-infused learning spurred culture evolution. It is a story about adaptation, about progress, but most of all, about an unwavering commitment to our mission of creating opportunities for all. So without further ado, let's get started on this journey together. Before I really dive into the details of the presentation, I want to take a moment to share with you and help you understand what Goodwill is. Understanding its meaning and purpose. Goodwill Industries International Incorporated is most commonly known as just Goodwill. It is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Our organization, I would say, is mostly recognized for its thrift stores. I know we all have a memory of going into a Goodwill store. I personally remember being 7 or 8 years old and going into a Goodwill. My mother took me in to buy some crutches after fracturing my foot when I was riding my bicycle and had a fall, right? So my mom took me into a Goodwill and I was just blown away by the variety of things sold at the store. There was everything from clothes to furniture, electronics, toys, racks and racks and racks of clothes. But my personal favorite was that they had hundreds and hundreds of books. I later started my own little tradition of buying books at Goodwill and then donating them back. And whether it is something you might have bought, something unique you might have bought at Goodwill, or maybe you donated something, you've already contributed to the Goodwill mission. I know we all have an experience similar to what I experienced with Goodwill. But Goodwill is a lot more than just the thrift stores. The revenue that's generated from these sales allow Goodwill to offer free employment and career services. Every day, more than 350 people find a job with Goodwill's help. In 2022, Goodwill served over 2.1 million individuals worldwide and helped more than 120,000 people train for their different careers. The Goodwill organization is made up of 154 autonomous organizations across the United States and over 12 countries. To meet the needs of each community, each Goodwill organization designs its own programs and services to help people find work near where they live. The organizations in the network are individual and sustainable social enterprises that create job training programs, employment placement, and other community-based programs. And even though the programs are going to vary from region to region, from Goodwill to Goodwill, the goal and mission is going to remain the same. Now, one of these programs was especially important to Katie Riegelsberger, which testimony beautifully exemplifies the transformative impact of Goodwill's mission throughout her outstanding work. I would like to share her story with you.
Hi, I'm Kent Kramer, President and CEO of Goodwill of Central and Southern Indiana, and it is my absolute pleasure to introduce Katie Riegelsberger. It's been 10 years since Katie enrolled at the Excel Center, Goodwill's High School for Adults, graduating with distinction and a pharmacy technician certification. That certification would turn out to be the foundation to her success today as an entrepreneur and business owner, but it wasn't an easy path. Katie had to overcome many challenges and make many sacrifices along the way. Today, she is using the skills and credentials she earned at the Excel Center to change lives, not only in our community, but also in communities across the country. Her story has truly come full circle, and I couldn't be more proud of everything that she has accomplished. Well done, Katie. Congratulations on receiving Goodwill International's Kenneth Shaw Graduate of the Year Award.
We are really excited to have you guys here tonight and really excited to start this journey with you. I'm going to start with just a little bit about myself.
My name is Katie Riegelsberger, and I am the CEO and founder of KLR Medical Certification Training School. At KLR, we are an online program that works with students to help them obtain industry-recognized certifications. My favorite part of my job is being able to help empower individuals that specifically have a past similar to my own. I grew up with parents who were drug addicts and alcoholics. I learned early on that I couldn't count on a lot of people. With little to no support at home, I found myself pregnant with my first child when I was 13. My dad unenrolled me from school in 8th grade. I checked out books from the local library and studied for my GED for 2 years while I raised my son. And I thought that that was going to be this big thing for me and my son. I thought it was going to really change my path. And what I learned was that society had a different idea in mind as to what it meant to be educated. For the next several years, I continued to work dead-end jobs, wasn't able to make ends meet. And when I was 18, I found myself pregnant with my second child. I don't know that I ever thought in my head my life is going to be different than this. I had seen my dad and my mom struggle for years, and I think to me it was pretty much just how you live your life. I was taking my kids to a martial arts lesson and heard somebody talking about this high school for adults, and I jumped right into their conversation immediately. I was enrolled the next day into the Excel Center. Never had been to a day of high school in my life.
The mission of the Excel Center is to graduate students that have not been able to complete their high school diploma and then have them be able to be successful in their education and translate that into economic mobility.
When I first met Katie, she was a very vivacious, excited, passionate student, and she was excited to go back and really get her high school diploma.
Without Miriam Henry, who is one of my favorite people in the world, I would not have made it through the Excel Center. Miriam would just literally take me in the hall and calm me down, and, just reassure me that I could do this, that I could do hard things.
Those types of conversations between Katie and I really allowed her to see that she did deserve this and she was worth it. She didn't have a lot of support at home, and so I was happy to be that support for her. Katie did graduate with all the credits that she needed to be able to get her diploma and a new certification that was going to allow her to begin her career as a pharmacy technician immediately. And I just kept telling her how proud I was of her over and over and over. I think a lot of our students don't get to hear that enough.
I am the first high school graduate in my family, and my kids were able to follow those footsteps. My opportunities with the Excel Center have changed a whole entire generational path. In 2018, the Excel Center called me and asked me if I would like to teach a pharmacy tech course.
I said, Katie, have you ever thought about teaching? And she said exactly what she says.
I am not a teacher, but sticking true to the Excel Center and the people who have surrounded me for so many years now, they fully believed in my ability to teach this class. It went from building this course from the ground up and with all the passion that I have for it, and that has grown into now a national company. Both kids work for KLR.
My mom has been there for me, ever since I was born. I would definitely say that my mom is an inspiration, not only to me, but to everybody that knows her.
My time at the Excel Center changed my life completely, and without the opportunities provided to me, without the high school diploma, the inspiring and encouraging words, the support system, I would not be where I am today. My kids would not be where they are today, and that's like a long line of domino effect. When my kids have kids, they will be different parents because of my time at the Excel Center.
After witnessing Katie's wonderful testimony, and this is one of my favorite stories about a Goodwill testimonial, it becomes abundantly clear how profoundly Goodwill serves as a source of inspiration. Katie's remarkable journey and the positive impact of Goodwill's mission are unmistakably evident, motivating each of us to actively engage in fulfilling its mission. When I joined the Goodwill team, I recognized the potential that my educational background could bring to the organization's transformative efforts. I wanted to use my educational expertise, and I took the initiative to actively support learning opportunities and innovative transformations within Goodwill. This journey towards innovation was not a one-man's effort. It was marked by a joint effort and collaboration with fellow educational leaders who shared a common dedication to the cause, who really wanted to contribute to the Goodwill mission. Together, we made up a team that was united in purpose and driven by the desire to bring about positive change and learning transformation. The first thing we did was work in identifying challenges that Goodwill had for delivering learning opportunities and content. The existing learning platform was one that contained a broad mix of Goodwill content, including news, images, storyboards, learning materials, and success stories. The team sought a more dedicated training platform to better serve the learning requirements of the network's organizations. The platform had to be scalable and prioritize user experience and help us address critical learning challenges, such as a shortage of training content and role clarity for retail employees, inconsistencies in messaging, and disparities in execution across different Goodwill organizations. There were high costs associated with traditional training methods, limited professional development opportunities. There was difficulties in addressing employees' unique needs and a lack of centralized learning opportunities. After careful deliberation, we adopted the Rockstar Learning platform powered by ELB Learning, which we called the Goodwill Academy Learning Management System. This powerful platform helped us enhance the Goodwill mission by delivering personalized and effective learning experiences and equipping individuals with essential skills for growth and development. The Goodwill Academy LMS has provided multiple solutions to the challenges we identified, including on-demand content, centralizing resources, ensuring consistency, reducing costs, and engaging learning experiences that align with our community service learning goals. The ease of delivering training through Goodwill Academy has been a transformative asset in advancing Goodwill's mission. Embracing technology has made education flexible and accessible, aligning with Goodwill's commitment to community service and personal growth. The LMS fosters an engagement through active participation, immediate feedback, progress tracking, accessibility, among other features. It has cultivated a tech-enabled learning culture, driving innovation, adaptability, and data-driven decisions. Our exceptional platform is designed to revolutionize the way we learn. Please join me in watching a quick overview of our Goodwill Academy's learning management system.
The Goodwill Academy LNS has helped foster an innovative learning culture at Goodwill Industries International. Easily accessible content is available to learners anytime, directly from the homepage. After logging in, learners will see tabs that show what courses they are currently enrolled in, courses we have featured, as well as any courses they have saved. This allows us to display mission-specific content to learners easily and directly, and also allows for learners to build their own repository of content that interests them and aids in their career pursuits. The main menu at the top of the screen contains the full content library. The menu features 3 different levels for content organization. This targeted approach allows learners to quickly discover content in areas that interest them and find needed role-specific content. Goodwill courses have been designed to optimize adult learning needs, providing the learners with a purposeful, engaging learning experience that can be completed whenever is most convenient for them. able to track learner progress and completion through a wide range of available reports that administrators can access and pull. By harnessing this data, we are able to identify and feature topics that are of high interest, improve existing content, and track members' progression as they advance in their career path. The Goodwill Academy will continue to be an invaluable tool we utilize in our mission of improving the quality of lives for families and communities. We will continue to add to the momentum of our technology-enhanced learning culture that LNS has helped to establish to provide the highest quality services for our members, families, and our communities. The
Goodwill Academy Learning Management System serves as a robust platform that hosts over 1,000 pieces of on-demand learning content. The best part is that it's freely accessible to all employees within the Goodwill network. To date, more than 41 Goodwill organizations have seamlessly integrated with our LMS, and the impact has been nothing short of remarkable. Currently, over 6,000 dedicated individuals from various corners of the Goodwill community are actively utilizing this powerful tool to propel their personal and professional development forward. Just in 2023, we've had over 16,000 learning modules completed through the Goodwill Academy's learning management system. Goodwill's journey into tech-infused learning has not only transformed our organization, but also ignited a cultural evolution that embraces innovation, adaptability, and lifelong learning. In the next few months, we will be piloting and implementing ELB Learning's product, the Training Arcade and Arcades, which holds more than 10 different games that will promote learner engagement and support knowledge retention. We're also working with our human resources informational system for a seamless integration between RLP and our HRIS, which will support streamlined user management, data accuracy, personalized learning paths, and real-time updates. We will continue to explore technological services that benefit our organization. The image that you see here is actually from a program participant in Goodwill Northern New England. This participant is engaged in Goodwill's neurorehabilitation services, which aids individuals in rediscovering their brain's abilities after an injury. Through therapeutic exercises in virtual reality, participants work on regaining skills such as balance and coordination. Goodwill staff assist clients in navigating different scenarios, including managing anxiety in a crowded setting and improving balance through playful activities, like walking on a virtual high wire. Virtual reality also enables clients to monitor their progress over time. So as we continue on this path, our commitment to harnessing technology for transformative education will shape the future of our workforce, empower our community, and drive lasting change. I'd like to leave you with this thought. Together, we stand at the forefront of a brighter and more dynamic future where learning knows no bounds and opportunities abound for all. Thank you for being a wonderful audience. If you have any questions, feel free to ask now, put them in the chat, or connect with me later. Goodbye and have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much. We do have a few questions that we'll take. What was the process of getting buy-in from leadership to implement a new learning platform and get all of that set up?
Started the process by creating an analysis of the challenges that were currently being presented. So after studying the challenges, we then vetted a few different systems that would address these challenges. And we went with the platform that we decided had the more features that would help us address these challenges. And that's what we presented to leadership. And that's how leadership really trusted that the engagement with the platform would help us have more accessibility for our users and employees across Goodwill.
Fantastic. And how long did it take to implement the learning platform once you got that approval?
Once we got the approval, it was a 1 year's process to start implementation, everything from adoption of the system through, we're close to the 2-year mark for the LMS, and we're continuing to implement. So we've done a phased rollout. I would say the stronger rollout for implementation took around a year, and then we did a phased rollout after that. That's taking another year. And we expect to have full implementation on the 3-year mark.
And you're still adding different
Correct.
stores and organizations.
We continue to add different stores and organizations, and it will continue to be we will continue to have enrollment throughout the years because we have different employees coming and going from Goodwill.
Of course. And then, you shared kind of a little bit of a snippet of what the platform looks like and the content on there. Who is creating that content? Is that your team?
Correct. We have content created by our team, our talent and development team. So we have content created in-house, and we also have content created by third parties. So we do buy some of our content, but most of course, our Goodwill content is created in-house, and then some of our soft skills content is also created in-house. So we have a variety of both.
And of course, the question everyone always wants to know then is, how big is your team? How many people do you have creating all of that?
So the implementation team is around 6 leaders for the team, and then we all have a direct report. So I would say the complete team would be like 10 people.
All right, so that's a good size.
including leadership and then managers, or administrators. So everyone puts in the work. Everyone from our CITO to our administrators, we're all contributing to the implementation plan.
And then how often are you updating or changing the content that's in there?
Content is updated monthly. So we have a team that only works with content and is constantly creating new content or updating content, because content also needs to be updated with the new processes, especially in Goodwill. So we do have that content every month. We have a newsletter with the updates that have been done to the content or the new content coming. So monthly, in a monthly basis.
And let's see, is the update team, is that the same people, those same 10 people that you mentioned, or is
Correct.
that correct?
Yes.
Everybody's doing everything.
Yes.
I think most of us are probably familiar with
Yes, with that setting.
What tips would you give to someone who is just starting out that process of looking for a new learning platform? Like, are there specific features you should look for, or like lessons you learned when you were testing out the different platforms?
Great question. I definitely think one of the things we learned through this process was selecting a platform that also had great communication after the implementation process. So we've had a great relationship with ELB, where we've been fortunate enough to have support throughout the whole process. And that, I feel, has been a huge lift in our team because it's a joint effort. So identifying the challenges, we found a platform that had the features to address those challenges, but also a team on the other side that was willing to work as a combined effort with us. So that, I think, was a combination for success as we went through this implementation process.
Fantastic. Is that Zach Batty's team that helped you with the
Correct.
implementation?
Yes.
Zach is so great. That's probably just how we should advertise the Rockstar Learning Platform.
Yes.
You get to work with Zach.
Yes, Zach has been wonderful in assisting us throughout and walking through all different questions. We've also worked very closely with Carlene, with Cheryl, with Alex. So the whole team at ELB is now family for Goodwill.
Oh, okay. One last question. You mentioned gamification a little bit, that one of the next steps is implementing the training arcade. Do you have specific goals for that? Like, what are you hoping adding the games will bring to the platform?
Definitely. We want to continue to promote learner engagement. So we have content that is already dynamic through the platform, but we want to add, now that we feel we've managed and we're kind of stabilized through our implementation process, we want to look at different areas in how we can continue to engage learners with content. The goal for this coming year will be to pilot a few pieces of content, of Goodwill created content, and then have those stats by the end of the year and see how much engagement grew from 2023 to 2024, and see how we could applicate those gamification features into different types of content. That would be the goal, to start and to see how we can implement and have content delivered in different ways.
Absolutely. It's really impressive how much you are tracking all of the data and looking at that and using that to make informed decisions.
Correct. Yes, we do believe. So that's one of the great features of the platform that we picked is that data for us, it was really important to have those decisions being made to like data-driven decisions. So the reporting feature allows us to track everything from users' progress to ratings in our different pieces of content. So we really know what our users are liking or disliking, right? And we really know where to put in our efforts. What do we need to continue to grow? And how do we need to address those needs?
Okay, and then we had a question. I think this is specific to the example you showed at the very end of the one location that's doing the VR training.
Right.
That's for like concussion recovery, but that's just one location, right? Not
Right. So there are different locations that have programs that do have the headsets. There's other locations who do not have that resource and are doing gamification through their tablets to the screen without the headset. So it depends on the location and the Goodwill that you are going into and the resources that they have. Some of them will have the headset, some of them won't. But what we're trying to do is standardize that access to gamification and learning content throughout all of Goodwill. So we're making what's making possible for every Goodwill, regardless of their resources, to come in and be able to experience learning content through gamification with or without the headset.
Great, thank you. And I should mention for those who aren't familiar with the training arcade, which is what Valeria mentioned, they're looking to implement. That is also from ELB Learning. It's a library of customizable, mobile-friendly learning games. Each game kind of addresses a different learning need or like style. It can align very well with different objectives, whether it's just, repetition or more like deductive thinking, those kind of things. And we will be showing a little bit more about the training arcade tomorrow morning in the LBX online. I gotta get my little plugs in there. Future sessions. All right, let me see if I've missed any questions. We talked about implementation. Talked about what is the LMS platform for those of us who didn't catch it when you mentioned it?
The LMS platform we use is the Rockstar Learning Platform by ELB Learning. We renamed it Goodwill Academy to serve our organization, but it is the Rockstar Learning Platform by ELB.
And lots of our clients will rename it, and you can, as Valeria showed in that video, you can brand it completely to your colors, your branding, whatever you need in there. So it looks very custom to your company. Your learners feel like they're still in your ecosystem. I just wanted to use the word ecosystem because we used that a lot in the last session.
Love it.
All right, I will, and Kristen has kindly put a link in there in the chat to our website if you want to learn more about the Rockstar Learning Platform. If we don't have any more questions, I will let everybody have a nice break before our next session so you can get lunch or dinner, more coffee, whatever you need. Thank you so much, Valeria, for joining us today and sharing this example. I think it's a really inspiring example, and I always love hearing about the Goodwill mission. So
thank you very much. It was a pleasure to be here today. Thank you.